everybody. Welcome to day two of our rapid fire reviews. This whole week, we are taking a look at people who have submitted their website sales pages, social media profiles, email marketing campaigns, etc., and breaking them down, taking a look at them, giving them my thoughts. Maybe they'll give me their thoughts too. And all in the hopes of helping out women business owners and giving you some ways to take some otherwise esoteric marketing concepts and understand how they can apply to real world situations. So if you missed day one, which, spoiler alert, was yesterday, we took a look at the amazing speaking coach and storytelling expert, Johanna Walker. We took a look at her sales page for a upcoming program that I believe she's launching tomorrow. So I'm very excited to see that launch. The page already had solid foundation, really great process of walking someone through the psychology of sales process and making sure that they are well equipped with all the tools that they need to have in order to make a strong purchasing decision. And a strong purchasing decision is either a yes or a no, hopefully a yes, of course. But you also want to make sure people are a good fit. So if they're not, you want them to self-select out. And that is exactly what her page is doing now. So I actually, Johanna, if you are watching, now or later on the replay, I snuck a peek at your updated page, and I do love the updates you've made. So you have no idea what I'm talking about. Go back into the Sprk'd collective community and go check out that video, because her page looks great. Today, however, friends, we are looking at, oh my God, I'm totally gonna mess up the name of your company, Ari. I apologize. You have the pronunciation and like your signature and everything, but every time I go to pronounce it, I am always not sure I'm saying it right. Chykalophia. We're gonna take a look at her company's homepage as well as her lead generation process and what she's doing to lead people through the buying cycle from Chykalophia. Chykalophia. Do I have that right? Is that right? Thank you. I appreciate the pronunciation. I practiced before this every time, though. So yeah, we're going to take a look at her homepage and a little bit of the lead generation process, which is fun. Oh, great. Good. I did get that right. Yay. Thank you. I will try to like burn that into my brain from now on. And yeah, and then tomorrow we are taking a look at Danielle Bolzmann's company, mindfulgoods.co. And then on Thursday, we are taking a look at Meg McKean's company's website, adjunctadvisors.com. And on Friday, we're closing out the week with Shiley, who is our social media Sherpa. I love that. And her website is yoursocialmediasherpa.com. So if you want to take a look at any of them, any of those websites ahead of time before we get into them, I encourage you to do so and to hire these wonderful women. And if you take a look at their websites next week, they will probably look better based on the reviews that we go through today, or this week, I should say. So Ari is here. She is in the comments. I love it. Thank you so much for joining. And let's jump in, shall we? All right, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at Sorry, just hold on there. 1 second. There we go. We're going to take a look at her website. All right. Chykalophia. Here we are. Chykalophia.com. Right. So if you missed yesterday, I talked about, and I will probably repeat this every day this week, just because it is so important. On your website, whether it's a sales page, a landing page, a homepage, if the goal of that page is to convert, and what other goal of the page would there be, you need to make sure you drive home 3 things from the very beginning, and you only have 3 seconds to really do it before somebody decides to bounce on out of there. The first thing you want to make sure that you convey is, who are you selling to? Who is this page for? Number 2, what are you selling? and those are interchangeable. Those are not necessarily like one priority or the other. It might change depending on what your page truly is. But the third thing is, how do I buy? How do I get started? How do I learn more? It doesn't necessarily always have to be how do I buy, but you want to make sure that you give me those 3 things. Am I in the right place? Am I looking at the right thing that I want? And how do I, in the world, get started? So if we have those 3 principles in mind, we see that Chykalophia is a digital brand consultancy helping you fast forward your business through brand strategy development, web solutions, UI, UX, and data visual design. Cool. Okay, so in a nutshell, you're hitting all of those 3 things. The third thing is the become a client, which is up here. Some initial suggestions that, and I'm going to be bouncing back and forth because I can't see comments when I'm looking directly at the screen. So I will check comments every now and again. So I just can't see them while we're screen sharing. So my initial thought is digital brand consultancy. Great. That tells me exactly what it is you do. But you're burying the value that this brings, the value that this service brings. The value is that you help companies, what kind of company, fast forward your business. So I don't know what kind of business do you, I know you personally, so I know that you focus on women-led organizations. I would put that in here. Because if I'm not if I don't fall into that category, I know to go elsewhere. This is the how you do it. This could be important for SEO. It is important for SEO and for other considerations. I'd like you to maybe put that a little lower, because again, like talking about the value, digital brand consultancy, that's pretty clear. Like, I understand what a digital brand is. I feel like most people would understand a digital brand these days. Anyone that's looking to hire you is going to understand what that means. Consultancy, I also understand that. I wonder if agency might be better. I don't know. I think that's probably a personal choice. Consultancy is loaded to me. I feel like I don't like using consultants to describe myself anyways. So, but like I said, that's a personal choice. Slightly triggering from corporate days. So, but again, I realize that could just be me. So yeah, so what I really want you to drive home, or what I want to drive home here for you, is this: what is the value that I'm going to get from hiring you? And it's this: helping women-led companies fast forward their business so they can what? Like, to what end? Like, what is the ultimate outcome that you're driving toward together? Chicago. Honking horns, sirens, all of that, all the time. Anyways. But I do love that you, I think this is a great start. I love the photos. I think that's wonderful. Very light, airy feel. Your brand, of course, is spot on because that is what you do. I do love your new logo. I know it's not as new anymore, but it's super fun. It's like you putting all the puzzle pieces together. I don't know if that was the intent, but that's what I take from it. I would love to see this whole text block moved up a little bit. This is a blurry photo of the background. I know it's enough to just add depth and to give you a sense of people working, which it does. But I don't know why. I don't see why you can't have that up a little higher. And then I would repeat your becoming a client underneath that too. So right now they're disjointed, and while it's there and while it does stand out, I would love to see it locked up together because I think that will help people convert. A lot of times I love to have, in cases like this, where it's like your initial call to action is something that's like for somebody that is ready to convert. I love having a secondary call to action as well that might be like just an outline, transparent, actual button color. Transparent is not a color, but you know what I'm saying? And have that lead to something that can get people into your funnel, something that allows them to warm up to you, sign up for the newsletter, top 10, like a checklist or a white paper. Not a white paper. I don't even like white paper anymore because no one really truly writes white papers anymore. And no one has the attention span for them, let's be honest. So something that is like top 10 reasons strong digital brand drives revenue, or ways instead of reasons, something along those lines. So I'm hoping that makes sense. I'm just checking to see if you have comments because I will put them on the screen for everyone to take a look. So so yeah, that's my initial thought. The photography, I want to know, like, who's your photographer? Let's give a shout out to that photographer. I would love to give them a referral because these are wonderful photos. Moving on, go to, see, this is where the pronunciation is. I saw this earlier and I know it's in your email signature, but I'll be damned if I can get it right. About us. Yep. I love that. Oh, I had a question. Like, I know your husband and wife team. It's also in, oh, you can't see this because it's in outside. It's in the browser tab. But your title description is the #1 husband and wife team, I think. Oh, wait, where'd it go? The #1 husband and wife digital brand consultancy from Chicago, Chykalophia. I don't know that it matters that you're a husband and wife team. Like, that's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's part of your story. It's part of your about us. I wouldn't put that in the tab though. I don't know that people search on that when they're looking for this kind of work. Again, like, I can't underscore enough how awesome I think it is that you are a husband and wife team. I just don't think it needs to be in your tab. I would save that for things like you talk about at the top here. These kinds of words would be much more helpful for someone in that title tag. So just something to consider. It's not a make or break situation. As I had looked at this earlier, I was like, oh, I might change that. Lovely photo. And I love, again, like the elements that you have, pieces of your logo as design elements. Absolutely love that. I think that just ties everything together. And of course it does, because that's what you do and is what you're good at. So I do love that these are links off to learn more about each of you. I didn't see anything. Those pages were fine. And then we get into, we help establishing, that's a typo. Yeah, that should be established. We help establish your brand pillars to accelerate your growth. Yeah, neither of these should be INGs at the end. Plan and discover, design, execute, accelerate. I noticed that these all go to the same page. I won't click on it right now, but these all go to to start a project page. I think that's totally fine. There was something about this though that, like, I feel like there should be numbers. I just feel like these aren't necessarily, so I can't tell if this is a process. I don't get that impression because each of these lead to a start a project page, which leads me to believe that I could just have a design project without planning and discovering, which that doesn't make sense to me. I know you need to plan and discover when you do a design project. That's executing and then accelerating. So I think you need to make it more clear, is this your process or are these individual types of projects you do? So planning and discover, I get, is just like a strategy engagement. You could just do a design engagement, but you still do have to, like I said, plan and discover in that. So I feel like this could get strengthened a little bit. Let me pop over, see if, oops, yeah. Still taking a look. Still figuring it out too. Certainly take any feedback. Yeah. You know what? It can be, sometimes we're too close to it, I think. So if it is a process, you know, I would say 1, 2, 3, like call it out. Like we do this. This is how we work. And if it is types of project, oh, what did you say? That makes sense. I originally think this serve a process and types of services we do. Okay. So then maybe it needs to be 2 separate sections where it's, well, let's go back. Because let's actually look at this, how to get started. Whoops. I thought I had that as a separate tab, but I guess I don't. So let's look at that. So this, like, is very clear. Here's where you are in the process. You're here. You're at the introduction phase. I would love to see if you have these kinds of icons, also have the words as well, because these are great visuals. And I know you do have that here. You know, once completed, our next step looks like this. I might, in like tiny text, put that underneath each icon, just to kind of to clean that up, because this introduction is not necessarily clear. It is referring specifically to this. It spans both of these, and it's also spatially wise closer to the icons than it is to this text. So I might look at that a little bit closer. But I love this process. Like this, if you did that on the homepage, I think that would be super and very helpful. And again, I love these photos. So warm. Speaking of the photos, Ari said that it's a mix of different photographers. So if there's any of them that you'd like to give a shout out to, please feel free. I would love to give referrals. Okay, so I want to jump back to the homepage real quick because I want to finish that, and then we'll come back to that with the lead generation side of the things. Brands we've worked with. You have worked with some serious brands. I know you know that, but just saying. Again, this could be personal preference on my part. I always like to, because brands have their own look and feel, their own color palette, etc. I don't want it messing with my color palette. So I always grayscale them, because anytime a logo is created, this is not necessarily for you, Ari, because I know you know this. This is for the benefit of everyone else that might be watching. Anytime you make a logo is created when professionally done to work both as full color and to work as single color. And so there is no reason why you can't have just a grayscale logo. I have had clients fight me on that. Sure, you can fight on that. You're wrong. but see, you can try. Your like the Google logo will look just as recognizable in grayscale as it does in full color. So I would suggest taking that down a notch. Most of the text on these anyways is black, so I wouldn't see that to be too big of a deal. This one, like the Honest Company, you probably might have to up the saturation on it just to make it stand out more. Instead of being gray. So each of them might need their own little tweak just to make sure that they are well represented across all of them, across all of the logos. So this is what I often refer to as a logo parade. I don't know if that's something that I don't think I made that up, but I have been told that no one's heard that before, but anyways, and then you have a call to action, become a client. This feels hidden. It feels wee. And in this case, I might say like, join the others because it's coming right after other clients or like, you know, I don't want to say be part of the team or part of the community or join the roster, maybe something along those lines. I would say have fun with the call to action. Oh, she had a thought on that. I think I originally decided to make them all color so that section isn't too monochrome since the whole layout is rather colorful. Not sure if that really works. Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair. Oh, sorry, I just saw your other comment. I like join the others. Yeah, so like, you know, play with the call to actions. Make them fun. But yeah, I would test out the logo section. And also this takes up the whole screen. I'm looking at this at a 13-inch laptop, and while I don't have the browser fully extended, there we go. That's about as big as it's going to get. It's taking up everything. I mean, I feel like you can save some screen space by making that just a little bit smaller. I don't know your thoughts on like rotating, like animating anything. So I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on that. But a carousel of some sort that's in one row. I feel like you're cringing at this. I'm thinking that would just maybe save some vertical space for you. Because then I also wonder what this looks like on mobile. Okay, I don't see a comment that you're cringing. So that gives me hope. And then curious on our adventure. So this, maybe it's because I've been following a lot of hashtag van life stories on Instagram lately, but my mind goes there when you talk about our adventure. And then, or are you filming a documentary about your design company, which maybe you should do. That sounds interesting. I would watch that. But I think you might have played with that a little too much. I don't know. That was just like I said, that could just be me. But join our newsletter, The Next Draft here, which I need to add. I'm not on this list. I need to add myself to this, and which I will do. And I love that it's called The Next Draft. I just love that. Brilliant brand choice there. This is not working. So yeah, so something's going on with the short tags, the short code there. But I love that you have this and that you can schedule a speaking engagement. I think that's great. And I also love that all three of these things are at a smaller section towards the bottom, because this whole site is really like a one-page, it's a one-page site. I'm trying to get back to that section. There you go. So I like that it's all condensed here. I think that's a really interesting way to save space. And I love that your contact us is here and that it's a type form. I wonder if that helps you guard against random spam messages, because I have even taken I'm just reading your comments. I have even taken our contact us off of our website because there are so many ways to contact us other than a form on the website, than doing a contact form. Because all I was honestly getting was, you know, we want to help you with your SEO. Like, okay, You didn't look at the website. That's what we do. One of the things that we do. So yeah, it was one of the best website decisions I've made in a while for myself. And then your other things like Brand Lab IO, love that. Your Creative Women's Co, absolutely love that. I wondered what was receive quarterly updates on all the latest. There's nothing here, so maybe that broke or fell off somehow. But I did wonder about that, because I would like to receive those. And I don't know if it is the next draft. I don't know if those are two separate things or the same thing. So I would make that more clear. I love when people repeat the navigation in the footer. That's something I always strive to do. Love that you have both addresses for your Chicago office and the Bali office. Absolutely love that. And let's go back to the Become a Client page. Let's keep going down that path. Oh, it is the newsletter sign up. Okay, great. Yep. Yeah, and Liz, thank you so much. Yeah, I agree with the contact form, and it's another thing to check. Yeah, sometimes, just simplify, because we have so many ways to get in contact with people. On our website, we have one of the little chat options. I'd rather people use that because then I get notified on my phone and I can answer more quickly than checking the. I'm not always in my inbox. I try to only check my email 2 times a day for sanity's sake. But let's go back to this page. So I love, like I said, I love that this shows the process super clear. Get it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Love it. Let's get started. Services pricing cheat sheet. All right, I'm going to take my marketing hat off and I'm going to put on my business coach hat. Don't put your hourly rate on here. Please. You offer way more value than what you would charge by the hour. I hope that makes sense. I did not say that well. Your time, you're not charging people for your time. You are charging them for your knowledge and experience and expertise, not your time. Take that off. Take it off. I do love, however, that you have clear expectations on what people can expect from where you're starting from. So if you want to have a brand strategy and identity engagement, be prepared to have that cost $8,500 or above. Absolutely love that. Same thing with logo. These are not inexpensive services. You are not Fiverr, right? These are real professional solutions, and they command real professional prices. This cheapens that. That's the other reason I'm going to keep harping on that. Take that off. And again, still business coach hat. Do not put this in your proposals either. Charge the value of the project, not the hourly rate. That's going to get into other discussions. This is such a tangent, but we can talk about that offline if you like. Ari's like, yes, ma'am. Sorry, I don't get stern very often, but there are a few things that I'm just like, nope. That's one of them. I love that you have a let's get started. This does get a little buried. When I looked at this earlier, I breezed past that and went back to the footer. So on mobile, I bet this looks great because it's a skinny screen. But here on desktop, I would keep the button format style that you have, or make this a section. Make more of this that talks about we're excited to work with you, blah blah. Get started now, right? Make it a entire section or a button, one or the other. Right now it's in between, and like I said, I missed it. But I love this. I think that from a lead generating process, I think you're super close. I think, like I said, on the homepage, get that, become a client, repeat it. It's okay to repeat. Oh, and you also mentioned that a version 2 with individual pages is coming. I can't wait to see that. If you want me to take a look at it, I would love to before you launch, if you want this kind of feedback. So yeah, I think that is, oh, wait, what? Would I add those in a capabilities deck though? I missed when that actually came up. I'm assuming prices. But I have like your hourly rate and your prices. It would definitely have the prices, the like starting from in a capabilities deck for sure. I still wouldn't put your hourly rate. Nobody needs to know your hourly rate. The hourly rate is, yeah, okay, yeah, you did mean the hourly rate. Got it. Yeah, your hourly rate is something for you to manage internally against. I don't see that as being an external thing, because otherwise, then you get into justifying the hours that you spent on specific things with a client, like sending, if you have to then sending them your timesheets and all of that. That isn't their concern. The concern is, are you hitting your deadlines? Are you meeting the objectives? Are you doing a good job? Are you getting results? Are you reaching the outcomes? Are you leading the client? There was a really good meme, and I'm gonna butcher it. But a woman comes into a bakery and asks a woman to have the baker bake her a cake. And the woman behind the counter is like, sure, we would love to. That's $90. And the woman scoffs and is like, $90? That's insane. She's like, I can go to the grocery store and bake a cake. And the one behind the counter is basically like, oh, okay, you can do that. I can teach you how to make a cake for $30. And the woman, the customer, is like, okay, well, can I borrow your equipment? And the woman behind the counter is like, for $30 more, yes, we'll teach you how to bake the cake, and you can rent my equipment for the day. But you have to do it today because I'm booked. I have other cakes I need to make. Woman behind the counter is, well, that's not really going to work out for me. I also, well, can I buy supplies from you? And she's like, well, sure, you need this. She starts rattling off all of these things. Suffice it to say, she's right back at the $90, if not more, to do it herself, right? And it's just to emphasize that she's paying that baker for the years of experience, the equipment that she's had to purchase, and the supplies, basically, the shopping around and all of that. So vendor management in your case, employee management, all of that. It's just that you're paying that price for all of that other stuff that the client does not need to deal with. So I am beating a dead horse, but this is my stance on that. So thank you for letting me ramble. I hope that helped. So, Ari, I love your work. You're a wonderful designer. You are amazing at what you do. And I hope this was really helpful. And I can't wait to see the changes that you make and the updates and your version 2, whenever that comes out. If you have any other questions, please feel free to type them in. Baking is back-breaking labor. It is. I would much rather cook. I'm not much of a baker. But yeah, baking is not, this expertise. Thank you. You're so welcome. I'm so glad. I hope that this is helpful for you, especially, but also I hope that this helps others understand the method behind the madness. These are like the eggs that get cracked into baking a cake and mixing it all up. These are the things that we at Sprk'd take into consideration when working on websites, working on your marketing, working on email messaging, etc. If you would like to have a private session that isn't on Facebook Live and LinkedIn Live, you can book your own marketing therapy session here. It's bit.ly/Sprk'd marketing therapy. There are no vowels in Sprk'd, just FYI. I gotta spell it different, right? Thank you all very much. And I do hope that, like I said, this is helpful, and I hope that I get to see you in your own marketing therapy session. Thank you. Bye. Join us tomorrow and the rest of the week for all of the other amazing women that we're going to be taking a look at in their companies. So I will see you tomorrow, and we'll be looking at Daniela Bolzmann's website, mindfulgoods.co. Check it out. Slay your day. Bye.